Before starting my presentation, I would like to express my condolences to all those who lost their lives and their relatives due to recent pandemic. And now I would like to mention about our study of detection and quantitative analysis of sesamin in various selected cultivated Turkish sesams. Here, as you can see, a beautiful picture of sesame plant. In Latin, Sesamum indicum belongs to Pedaliaceae family. The sesame seeds of sesame plant are used extensively in the food field, and sesame oil obtained from the seeds has an importance in the field of medicine with its stable oil and rich active compound content. Sesame oil shows many activities such as antioxidant, antimicrobial, antihypertensive, antihyperlipidemic, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer activity. Lignan derivatives are responsible for some of the effects of sesame oil. If we take a look of the ingredients, both sesame plant and sesame oil, we can see some similarities. In sesame plants, there's essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, calcium, and high concentration of proteins. And in sesame oil, we can see some of them like methionine, vitamin A, fatty acids, but also the other things like lignan derivatives, lignan compounds, sesamin, sesamol, and sesamol. Here we can see the structures of these lignan compounds found in sesame seed oil. We can see sesamin, sesamol, and sesamolin. Both sesame and sesame seed oil extensively used in many areas. While sesame mostly used in food-related areas, sesame oil and its ingredients are important for healthcare. If you take a quick look, the use of sesame indicum against Parkinson's disease has been confirmed, which is also important improvement for Parkinson's. And another in vivo study, sesame oil given as a dietary supplement was found to have antipyretic, analgesic, and anti-inflammatory effects. For us, the important thing is sesamin compound, and sesamin shows antioxidant activity, but many studies have shown that sesamol, also another lignan found in sesame oil, has higher antioxidant activity than sesamin. So the researchers, for this reason, have focused on other effects of sesamin and revealed that sesamin can be used for cancer treatments. This is primarily attained by directing the transfer of malignant cells directly or by obstructing the mechanism of cellular activities that are essential for stimulating tumorigenesis. Sesamin can be used in the healing and in the prevention of numerous types of tumor because of its potential as an operative healing mediator in enhancing tumor. One of the key features underlying tumor suppressor and anti-cancer effects is a well-established antiproliferative potential. Sesamin has been shown to significantly inhibit the proliferation of a wide variety of tumor cells, including leukemia, multiple myeloma, and cancers of the colon, prostate, breast, pancreas, and lung. So what we did is to determine sesamin. We take 12 different sesame varieties and analyze them. We gather 7 sesame sample from Asian region and 5 sesame sample from West Mediterranean region, 2 specific from Antalya. And we use HBS analysis to determine whether our sesames has sesamin in their ingredients or not. And we use Agilent 1100 HBS system for analysis and phenolnex column. And we also check with the reference sesamin compound. To do this study, oils from sesame seeds were extracted by solvent extraction method using Soxet extractor with N-hexane as solvent. So we take 100 grams of sesame seeds, were mixed with an equal amount of anhydrous sodium sulfate into a homogeneous mixture and transferred into the cartridge. And 500 milliliter of hexane solvent was placed in the boiling flask The extraction was continued for 8 hours. After 8 hours, we ended the extraction, and after that, hexane in the extracted oil was evaporated. The percentage oil yield was calculated from the ratio of mass of oil to the mass of the ground seeds used for the extraction. Each sesame oil from the Soxhlet method was taken like 1 gram and dissolved in 10 milliliter chloroform in a 20 milliliter volumetric flask. Then we add another 10 milliliter methanol and fill the flask, and the solution was mixed by vortex mixer. Following this, the sample solution filtered through a 0.45 meter PTFA syringe filter for HPS analysis. And here you can see our HPS analysis conditions. We used a method for 26 minutes, starting with 70% water, and at the end we are up to 95% water. At all time, the flow rate is 1 milliliter per minute. And after we obtain the results, the HPS results are evaluated by ChemStation for 3DS system software, and the quantitative evaluation of the results was made by the Graph-Fed Prism 9 software. And to determine quantitative analysis, we used external standard method. So, as a result, here you can see the retention time of sesamine was 23 minutes, and you can see the HPS spectrum of sesamine standard. There is no another compound, so we can see it's very pure. And also we are seeing this 3D and 2D maximum UV absorbance spectrum of sesamine. We need this because it shows us that there is no impurity in our sample. It's important for this reason. And after we get all these results, we made that quantitative analysis. And here you can see our sesame seeds. And we put this data, sesame ingredient, milligram per gram in raw sesame seed. So we start with 100 gram sesame seeds to make an oil, and then we find these results. The result shows us that sesame contains the highest amount of sesamine varieties Orhangazi, Batemuzun, and Cumhuriyet. One of those varieties was obtained from the West Mediterranean region, Batemuzun, and the other two, Orhangazi and Cumhuriyet, obtained from Asian region. This result shows both regions are suitable to cultivate varieties with high sesamine concentration. It's a good thing for us, so we don't have to make a choice for one region, but we can do this cultivation study in both regions. And we also performed a total phenolic content after we gathered the sesamine amount results, and the Orhangazi is the best sesame variety containing total phenolic contents, and this is make us think that this is the best one for antioxidant activity. So we can also cultivate this for this reason. To the conclusion, sesame plant has widespread use in the food and health sectors. Sesamin, a lignan-type substance found in sesame oil obtained from sesame seeds, is a compound that has very important effects for human health. Among the sesame species grown in Turkey, those with high sesame content can be cultivated to obtain sesame. In this way, despite the decrease in sesame production over the years, sesame production can bring a high economic value to the national economy. Here we can see different uses of sesame oil and sesame. Sesame oil used in aromatherapy for skin bath or skincare, and also sesame seeds oil have usage in our kitchens. And the more important one, the sesamin, as a dietary supplement in pure form in our life. So it shows that sesame and sesame oil ingredients have value for our lives, and it's good for market. We would like to thank Associate Professor Ahmet Ömer from Necmettin Erbakan University for reference sesame compound supply. And here you can see our references for this study. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, I can take them by chat.